It's that time. The Bright Side Chronicles is about to go down with Kerri and Nana. You ready for the show to begin?
Hey, let's go. Let's get it. It's almost showtime. Let's go. Let's get it. It's almost go time. Let's freaking go.
Yo.
What's going on?
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How art thou?
Well, it's the first episode of the Bright Side Chronicles for 2026.
For 2026. Hey, yo, what? It's already been a week into 2026?
And you already lost your hair. It must have been a stressful time.
Yo. Yo, so basically, guys, to whoever is on, some newcomers, some returning people, things of that nature, we appreciate you guys for bearing with us with holidays and things of that nature. A lot of moving parts. Kerri and myself, I can't even speak, created this lovely thing called the Bright Side Chronicles. What that entails is that we spend an hour every Thursday from 7 to 8 talking about things that bring us joy, happiness, and just like really like a catch-up session, right? I'm guessing, baby, you could say that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really to highlight people who give themselves permission to experience joy, because I think so often we lose sight of the fact that that's a really important part of having the human experience and being able to navigate all of the intricacies that come up with life. And also hopefully highlight tools and strategies to encourage other people who may be struggling to experience joy or don't even really know how to grasp what that word means, to kind of give themselves permission to tap into joy.
Okay, I'll feel you on that. I mean, so I'm going to start off with a question to you, right? What is your definition of joy?
You know, it's interesting because I can sit in pain and still be joy-filled because I've cultivated a mindset of deep gratitude and appreciation for even challenging times in my life, because I know that all of that unfolds for my benefit of growth and expansion.
Yeah.
So joy isn't always yummy feeling, but ultimately it is doing what serves me, what feels really, really good for me, no matter what, because in doing so, I experience life from a beautiful place. And it's one that I'm able to learn and grow and expand in. What about you?
Oh, man. I mean, dang. Joy is a lot of things, babe. It's a lot of things. To me, joy would be a sense of fulfillment in like whatever task that you complete. Joy would also be just seeing your friends, family, and peers happy to see you. I think that's another thing too that I really, really enjoy. Joy would also be shaving my head bald, because it gives me that sense of freedom to just be like, damn, this is a new look that I haven't been able to do this since I was probably a baby, maybe. Joy would be so many things, just anything really that brings me that sense of like, almost like a euphoric feeling of just like continuous happiness. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's how I define joy as, which makes me excited to be on here today. So I'm super excited.
I know it's been a while. Well, so that kind of leads me to, I am not a fan of New Year's resolutions, having studied the brain as much as I have. Oh, you're gonna say hi? Look at Nana lost all his hair.
Hi. Look at this joy. Look at the joy on his face, though. He's like, "Who is this milk dud looking at, dude?"
He lost his hair.
No.
He did. It's
hard. You can see your reflection on here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It's fine. He's fine.
What happened?
His mom is here.
It's all good. It's all good. What up, Lex?
It's mommy. He's about to pop off.
Yo, Mr. Clean. Yo, what up, baby?
Jackson, you look like Samuel Jackson.
Bro, all these names, bro. I got Little Bill, I got Samuel L. Jackson to freaking Mr. Yo, it's a list. Somebody say Avatar. I say, hey, bro. Like,
who's Little Bill?
Little Bill?
I don't know who Little Bill is.
Babe, what's Little Bill is like an OG TV show. You never. No, hold on. I got you. You definitely know who that is.
I have no idea.
This
But anyway,
this dude.
no
No,
clue.
they said this is me.
I mean, your ears ain't that big.
No,
You
and my
ain't
teeth ain't got.
Dumbo, so I'm
No,
just saying.
we
No, but
we're not gonna throw that out there.
listen. So anyway, going back to I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions because I know how our brain works, and it is unintentionally set up to self-sabotage for a lot of people. And so I always choose a word of the year, and every decision that I make with the lens of, does it align with that word? And
Yeah.
this year it's jubilation. So anything that's
Jubilation.
not bringing me joy, I'm shedding. So for example, I don't like working on my website, so I got rid of my website. I don't like working on my CRM, so I got rid of my CRM. And so I really use the word for each year as a measure of what choices I'm making and is it aligned with where I want to be at.
Yeah.
So
Jubilation. That's a word that's not really said as much often, believe it or not.
a lot of people don't, jubilee. Like I think about it.
That's an
Although I
X-Men
was
character, by the way. That's an X-Men
what?
character.
Jubilee.
Yes, that's her
What-
name.
so
And
what's
you
the
know
name?
what her powers are?
No.
She does like it's like those like sparkles, and it's like it's actually pretty cool, like jubilation, which makes sense because her powers sparkles, and it's like yeah. But anyhow, yes, it's an X-Men character. So that's funny that you bring that up.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know why, but this song that my father used to play, and I didn't know what the meaning was, but I do now. So my dad was literally showing me a song about smoking heroin, but we won't. It was Puff
Okay.
the Magic Dragon, live by the sea. I don't remember those words, but the land of Jubilee.
What the
So I'm like, Dad, way to put me on to, but I mean, it was a vibe. I'm just like,
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Dang, I forgot. I know that I said it's tough because I feel like I told you the word that I was
thrive.
thinking. Thrive. That's what it was. I was gonna say it wasn't survive. I knew it was thrive, only
Yep.
because like I think the word survive is like you're going through stuff, but you're just trying to get by. Where I like
Yeah.
the idea of thriving is like I'm just doing well, and I just keep getting better from it. You know what I mean? I think last year my word was resilient, if I'm not mistaken. And that there was a lot of moments of resiliency of like resilience being how somebody battles back from a setback or whatever it is, and that's like with life in general, right? So I think that's why that word always sticks to me because I feel like there's always little like moments where you're like, oh man, like what the heck, what happened, or like, oh, I go through this weird little slump, but how can I still pull myself out of that to be like, dang, this is not the end all, this won't be the end all of me, you know what I mean? So I think the word resilient was last year, where thrive is like shifting the narrative of like, okay, I'm at a good pace, but I want to keep thriving, I want to keep getting better at whatever that I'm trying to pursue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's interesting because I think when we talk about the Bright Side Chronicles and the whole reason it was created, which is all around joy,
yeah.
Tapping into what brings you joy helps people build resilience. So
Mm.
for example, right, I had a rather emotionally challenging day the past couple of days. Some
Yeah.
things have come up, and
are you feeling better, by the way, too? Because I know you're dealing with the cold and stuff like that.
it's a work in progress. But for those of
I had to
you,
make sure. I had to check it.
my amazing Akira, who recommended oregano oil, I drank it. It helped, but it is vile, and I do not recommend it. It is not the bright side of life, if
Shout
you
out
know
to
what I mean.
Kerri.
However, it took out that cold like a shot.
Shout out
So,
to Kerri. That's real stuff.
but no, going back to, so I think that when we give ourselves permission to cultivate joy,
Mm-hmm.
even in challenging moments, we're able to really create resilience, because even if it feels hard, you have the capacity to move through whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
And listen, the reality is, guys, like we live in both we live in contrast. We're going to live in elation, and we're going to live in the
Mhm.
contrast of elation, because you won't know you're in joy if you don't have moments of suffering. And so I really encourage people, instead of like trying to avoid suffering, find tools of joy that you can tap into while you're in the suffering. So for example, today I went for a walk and I hugged a couple trees, and let me tell you, people were definitely staring at me. I was hugging my trees, but you know
Does
what?
that
It made
make you
me happy.
technically like a tree hugger then at that point?
I am a tree hugger.
I had to play off of that, but yeah.
The tree will hug me back. The tree loves
Yeah.
me.
Tree's like, hey, yo, lady, I gotta go at home, bro. You need to realize.
Them trees are like, oh, you paying attention to me? No, it's
Yo, that's it was that
nature
morning
is
wood. That was getting that morning wood. No.
I almost said something, but I did.
Yo.
I was like, meh. No,
Hey,
but
yo.
I think that yeah, so going back to cultivating resilience, and then when we talk about thrive, it's so interesting because for a really, really long time, I would share with people, oh, you know, I survived the traumatic experiences, and I'm like, hell no, I didn't survive. I am thriving. I am an overcomer. And
Mm.
now those experiences, most of them, but
Yeah.
have little impact on, I mean, they were part of cultivating this unshakable person that I am now, but I don't even need to thrive through it, because I appreciate it because I'm a full expression of who I am as a result of those experiences.
So then going back to that point of like those experiences, right? You talked about tools. Which tools have you used to like obviously I know you said walking out in nature and stuff like that, but when you didn't know those things, like what tools did you use to like better yourself from those situations? Like was it more like leaning into family?
Since I was young, I used my voice to sing because it would carry me through the way life stings. And so when things hit me, I'd make a
Okay.
tune
Okay.
and I'd sing to myself, just like I'm doing now. There's one.
Yo, we love to hear it. We love to hear it.
I know I like hearing myself sing.
I think it's
What
cool when you leave me like a message and I'm like, oh babe, sing it again. Like,
Yep.
yeah, that's
How often do people get unique right off the cut?
nah, I think that's the spot. I'm like, hey man, she in her bag. She in her bag when it comes out to that.
But you know, it's also for me, I'm a nerd. Like
Mhm.
I will spiral down a rabbit hole of quantum physics and neuroscience and theology and then apply it. You know, part of how I have cultivated who I am today is that I am constantly examining where I'm at, what tools are working, what I can incorporate that might serve me better, what I can let go. Am I stagnant? Because I'm not a fan of just stagnation. Like I am constantly looking to grow and expand.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know we as human species is meant for expansion. And so if I'm not expanding, then I'm contracting and I'm not okay with that. So I'm curious. Curiosity is my greatest tool. Curiosity set me free because curiosity allows me to be willing to take advantage of opportunities that come up.
Yeah.
Curiosity gives me the ability to try new things that, you know, others would say, oh no, I can't try that. Curiosity led me to have a conversation with you at a gas station almost 6 years ago. You know what I mean? It's just
Yes.
being able to keep an open mind of all things has allowed me to experience a lot of joy and cultivate a very strong sense of self.
Well, so I love that you brought up the curiosity part because I think sometimes, even with myself, when I'm curious about something, I get a little nervous, right? You probably notice I'm like, I don't know, babe, that's kind of like, man. And then
I
you're like,
do.
no, just try it. Like, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try it. And then I realize how much I actually end up liking it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where like I just kind of like, okay, well, at least I had somebody that was able to tell me like, hey, give it a shot. You might, you know, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But at least you gave it a shot. But that curiosity is what led me to also keep expanding my spectrum of things. You know what I mean? Like there was a time frame where I didn't really eat red meat, and I still really don't eat red meat. But like you're like, maybe you should order steak tips, and then like once in a while I'll get a steak tip here and there. But that's being curious because I was like, oh, let me try it, and then you're like, here you go, try. I'm like, I don't know, and then now here we are. Now once every year, so often I'll do that. But I think the curiosity part is the thing that also gives people permission to do things. Like, okay, perfect example, going to dress up at the gym. Like most people look at it as like, that's taboo. Why are you doing that? It's just clothing. It's really just clothing. That's really what it is. Like, it's not anything different. I could have wore a Speedo at the gym and it would have been taboo. You know what I mean? That would have been more taboo than wearing whatever.
I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of people who would appreciate you wearing a Speedo in the gym.
Mr. Clean wearing a Speedo in the gym?
Jai's over there saying do it.
Yeah. Shout out to Jai, bro.
Just saying.
Yo, that's real shit.
So Nate bought Pete.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Nate. Go ahead. Explain it.
But what do you mean explain it? He said, what are the Brightside? Oh, what are the Brightside Chronicles? I thought it said we are the Brightside Chronicles. No. Go ahead, hit the man with knowledge.
All right. So basically, what our introduction is, the Brightside Chronicles is literally just a hour of dedication talking about things that bring you joy, happiness, and really it's just like a moment to really enjoy the person. Normally we have people on here, whoever it is, and Nate, if you do end up wanting to tap in, message me on Instagram or whatever tool, and I'll send you the link so we can get you on here as well too. We'd love to have people on here. Anybody can even hop on here now if you guys wanted to, like message myself or Kerri and just let us know. We can tap you in. But we just love to just like have the hour to just talk about it. We have a couple amazing people that have happened to be on the show, and we still have some more that are going to be on the show. And we've had previous people that have returned, which is always amazing because you just never know who shows up or who pencils in. But that's what it basically is.
And that's the thing is, in this world where we continuously see narratives around division and fear and lack and limit, this show is to highlight all of the individuals who continue to lean into what brings them joy, and how leaning into what brings them joy influences the abundance and the gifts that we have accessible to us at all times.
Yeah. And so going back to the point that I was talking about before Nate had responded, is another reason I brought that up is because I'm in a group chat with a couple of my friends, and one of my friends, Jay, who was actually at New Jersey Comic-Con, Anime New Jersey, he was shooting stuff, and he literally was like, yo, like, you've inspired me to kind of like just wear my regular outfits and cosplays at regular places. Because he was at Barnes & Noble's, babe. He was dressed up as a character from an anime. And I literally was like, bro, this is what Kerri puts up with all the time. Like, she's just like, oh, Nana's going to do some random shit, then so be it. You know what I mean? But, like, it's just giving people permission to be able to understand that you can do that. You can just live your best life. And, if somebody is not a fan of it, then it's okay. Like, it doesn't serve any purpose to hone your energy towards that. You just have to understand that it's not at the level that you had in mind,
Well, I really do want to, because me, I'm a word nerd. It's not that I put up with it. It's that I love to see the full expression of you. And I do believe that unconditional love places no limits. I don't have to know why dressing as Winnie the Pooh brings you so much joy. But when you're in that joy, that joy is infectious. And that also, will permeate into all areas of your life and relationship and stuff. Evidently, you shiesty now. I don't know.
No, I'm Bill Belichick. I don't know. And my hair's sticking onto this thing, but like I'm Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick?
The hoodie? You didn't know the hoodie?
Oh, I know the hoodie, but yeah. And so,
oh my gosh.
I do say that because it's interesting. Yesterday, this woman dropped into my DMs and said, why would you allow Nana to shave his head bald? Now, she subsequently told me that she was joking. I don't know this lady, so I didn't know she was joking. But it really got me thinking. I'm like, love shouldn't be based on condition. You know what I mean? Like, look, there are people with polyamorous relationships that sleep with multiple people, right? I mean, that doesn't serve me, but like if that feels good for other couples, like it's you honor the individual for what feels right for them,
Yeah.
and that is choosing unconditional love, not controlling who they are, how they need to show up, what they need to be, and all that, because
Yeah.
that is then conditional love, and that's more like that comes from fear, not real
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. I think, and I see it with like just different dynamics, right? So I've had, family who were very like just on a different spectrum of like, okay, this is what their viewpoint of love is. Like, like perfect example, the Ghanaian culture, and it's not every Ghanaian person, but like commitment is a huge thing with certain families, I guess you could say. Like, no, some of them, like but like, there's also people that are not committed. I mean, there's families
Yeah.
that have been together that like there's different siblings in all different facets, and you're just like, you can walk past your sibling and be like, that's my sibling. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where there's also the other end where there's family that's sticks together just because. But I'm just like, dude, like that's like you say, is like if it doesn't serve that purpose, why even pursue that? You know what I mean? Because then you're just like, oh, I'm just here just to be here.
Yeah.
Like it just it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But
Well, it's so interesting because I have zero tolerance for bullshit in my life now. And, immediate family members, I have zero interest in having a relationship with because, quite frankly, they don't bring me joy. In
mm,
fact, they would unconsciously, I don't believe they do it purposefully, and I have no animosity towards them, but
yeah,
unconsciously they would be happy to tear me down and see me from their perspective, and that's fine. Like, my job's not to change how you view me, but I don't have to be in relationship with anybody that doesn't light up when they see me. And
yeah,
ultimately, like, that's huge, guys. You get to
that's true.
have people who are so excited to see you, who make time for you, who literally, you know, just they get excited by your presence and whatever. And so that's super important. That's really something this year I'm highly focused on. It's like if my word's jubilation, I'm shedding what doesn't bring me joy.
Mm, mm,
It's
mm, mm, mm.
it's nope. I don't care, and I've had to say, goodbye to a lot of relationships that meant a lot to me and they served their purpose in that moment, but holding on was detrimental to my expansion. And I always say, and Nana knows when we first met, if we're not expanding and growing together, then I got to cut the cord because that's not how I roll
Yeah,
with
no,
this.
I guess I get you. I get you. And I mean, it's the same thing with my end. Like I've had family and like I always say, it's not to badmouth anyone, but it's just I've had family that weren't on the same page. Some family didn't approve of me dyeing my hair, but I understood that that was like just them being fearful of, oh, well, what are others going to think? But it doesn't matter to me because if I'm confident in myself, why would I care about what others think? You know what I mean? Like if you know who you are as a person, you're less likely to worry about any other body's opinions and things or validations. And even perfect example, right? So another validation that like I see is like even with my job, right? So I work in sales, obviously, help people buy cars. Some people see their self worth as like, oh, you sell the most amount of cars. Great, great. But my self worth has been helping people out. That's always been the thing. The cars will always be the cars because I just want to hit certain goals. But like at the end of the day, I don't feel like, oh, Nana is a failure if he doesn't like do the things that he wants to do at work. You know what I mean? I know I have my days where it's like, okay, babe, this was a rough day at work. It was a very rough day. Didn't get anything going. But I also know that like there's also opposite end of that where there's also great days that will happen because of those challenging days. And that's what you're talking about, the whole ups and downs in life is that like it's always going to be a constant up or down. Like it just can't be a straight shot of just everything going smooth constantly. And it's not to sound pessimistic, it's just realistically.
Well, I
That's
also think it's an opportunity to learn.
yeah.
Like, so think about it. what worked for me in the very beginning of our relationship doesn't work for me anymore, right? Like, and you only know that through ups and downs. Like, we learn what feels right for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And some things, and I love that this is coming up because this has come up like with a lot of the people I serve, and including one of our daughters this week. Some things feel good and then they don't, and we
Yeah.
get the choice to change. And part of really tapping into joy is being okay that what once was okay is no
It's
longer
not
okay,
okay.
and you get to
Yes.
advocate for that.
Yeah.
And if you make a decision and change your mind, you get to change your mind. So, for example, one of our daughters committed to going to a pizza party for some event at school, and that day she had a hard day, but she was gonna force herself to go to this pizza party because she made a commitment. I was like, let me ask you something. Is it a resounding yes? Like, are you excited about going to this pizza party? She said, no. I said, then change your mind. You have every right to change your mind. Just because you made a commitment 2 weeks ago doesn't mean that today you have to honor that
That's true.
commitment. I think so many people get caught up in this habit of, oh, well, I said I would, so I'm gonna, even though it doesn't feel good for them. And I'm
Yeah.
here to tell you guys, you got to change your mind 100,000 times, and
Mm.
you decide what feels good for you. And if it doesn't feel good for you, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's so true though. Even numerous occasions, I'll be like, yo, babe, like I was gonna go to this like karaoke night for cosplay or whatever. But then it gets to the day of, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. And I've told you that probably a couple times, and it's not that like I don't care for the event. It's just something went in the day, and I just was like, my energy doesn't serve me anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't serve me to be there. And I can't half-ass it and be like, oh, let me just go there and pretend and like be like, no, if I'm not feeling good or like up to par, I'm not gonna do that because it's just not who I am as a person. Like I want to just make sure like I'm present. If I go there and I'm like annoyed with what's going on in life, I'm not gonna be able to be present because I'm thinking about all the stuff that happened prior before then. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, 100%. But we enslave ourselves to this idea of expectations, or you made a commitment, or you're gonna let somebody down. You know what? Interestingly enough, you know where I see it around the holidays all the time.
mm,
Miserable. Every year you go to your family's holiday party, and yet you keep going because they're family, and you have to go because that's the right thing to do. No, you don't. My twin sister and I created our own holiday years ago. We created our own family because I am going to lean into peace over
mm,
expectation
mm.
or obligation. And that doesn't serve anybody. And I live more joy filled
Yeah.
because of that.
Well, okay. Question that I have for you is obviously it being the holidays and everything passing by and things of that nature. What was your favorite moment of the holidays? I want to know like what brought you that sense of like, man, this is like
Making your costume.
making my costume. Tell people about this costume that you've made because I need to hear it. Like they need to know
Oh
what the
man, it's
background.
gonna make me cry.
Tears of joy though, only tears of joy.
I okay.
You got this.
For a lot of years, I've been building my business, and it wasn't as easy for me to purchase presents. And so I made handmade presents and stuff, and I did things. But
Obviously.
this year, it was something I could do, and I knew that, you know, a cosplay that you were talking about was something in my wheelhouse that I had the capacity to make. And so just being able to spend the time being creative,
Yeah.
because I'm a highly creative person, and like envisioning what that could look like, and then it culminating into you putting it on and seeing your joy. That was that was probably the best moment.
Yeah. First and foremost, you got me teary-eyed on here, so thank you for that. Because like, I wasn't expecting to be teary-eyed on here, but it's cool. It's human nature, right? It's the joy that comes with it. But no, I really appreciate that so much, babe. Because that was like, I had no idea, and you you literally were like, oh, so like I got this gift. I'm like, you didn't have to, because I'd be like this basic. I'm like, I don't ask for much. I don't need too much. I just love to have like family and friends good. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. So like to be like caught off guard with that, and the hat too with it. Like, come on, bro, you detailed the hat. I almost want to get it and just try, like, so the audience, like, hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Let me go grab it from the closet. Okay.
I mean, not only that, but I also unintentionally got you a fit for Mr. Clean because you have the white outfit for Mr. Clean.
Yo, the funny thing is, yo, that's so
No,
funny.
instead of Mr. Clean, you should be Mr. Gleam.
Mr. Clean. Hey, yo. Look at the hat though. Like, come on, bro. Like, hey,
It
nobody,
says Pillsbury Swole Boy.
nobody messing with this right now. Like, you see this? Like, the soft croissant. You know what I mean? What you talking about? But like, no, I think like
Fuck your
that.
croissants. I didn't even think about that.
What'd you say?
I didn't even think about the fact that you love croissants.
Yeah, it was just it's a soft croissant. You know what I mean? What you talking about? But no, that was wow. I just was just yeah. I got teary eyed too just hearing that. I think you know what my favorite moment, truthfully, would be I think just seeing family together. Like I think that's what it is. Like I really look forward to
Christmas Eve was a wicked vibe. It
Christmas
was fun.
Eve. Yes, like it's just I mean from just having just regular ass conversations to like yo, shout out to Raquel. That's all
I know,
Kerri, by the
Raquel, we
way.
appreciate you. You're
That's-
vibing with us.
that's
One day you
all.
can
That's
join the show, be like dropping some knowledge bombs around parenting and supporting your
yes,
babies. Raquel's an amazing mom. I got to be
absolutely,
a witness to
absolutely,
her loving on
absolutely,
her son. So that was cool.
absolutely.
I also think the ability to extend love to our children because children are they are the greatest gift to us, but they also highlight the areas that we have to work on for ourselves the most. And so it's the most rewarding and one of the most fulfilling jobs that I've ever done and probably will ever do.
Well, I mean, going back to like what I was saying with the Christmas thing is like that was just amazing. Like the culmination of everybody like coming together to just enjoy the vibe. Like even doing the whole like what was it, the Yankee swap thing with the roll of the dice or whatever. And I'm like, what is this? It's like a whole different like thing of it and singing like music and just I think the whole cumulative upbeat energy was like a huge deciding factor of like how it transpired on the holidays. Because I know holidays always have like the opposite end of it where somebody's like at home by themselves, not really engaging and thinking about all the things that could have happened, and soon to be happening. And it's like you get caught up in that thought process. But when you're with family that you really enjoy, that are like really family that you built on your own, it takes all that away from it. Even in that duration of it, you're with them for 2 hours or whatever it is. You're having the moment of your life essentially because you're just like, oh man, this is like something that we only get to have so many times of the year. You know what I mean? Whether it's certain holidays or whatever it is when everybody, but
unless you're me and Anna, and then we put together events to get people to sing, bowl, and do all that, and then you can. It's more than a couple times a year. But I will say,
go ahead.
I do want to emphasize because I think it's really important. You know, guys, I study this. This is like my wheelhouse: quantum physics, neuroscience, right? If the people in your life aren't lifting you up, if they don't challenge you in the best possible way, like Nana pushes me, but he's not like, oh, baby, you know, he's like, I know you got this. It's hard, but you can do it. Don't quit. Whatever. I mean, building.
I've seen it in person at the gym, especially when remember when you were jumping up on the box jump.
Yeah, that was
But you did it though.
You did it.
You did it.
That's the thing is that gets to be our experience in everyday life. We get to have people rooting and rallying and cheering us on in all areas of our life. And if that's not the case, at least seek one person out who wants to see you do better. Like, because that is, again, that's how you cultivate joy.
And I think another statement would be like having, say, like a mentor, right? Somebody that knows something that you really enjoy and getting their advice or their take on it. Like I don't know, if you're a big accountant person and you want to know what accounting is, maybe seek somebody in the accounting field and figure out if that's the path that you want to venture. Because most of the time, most mentors are grateful to be of service for the most part, because they're just like, oh shoot, somebody took their time to reach out to me. I mean, perfect example would be with my job. A lot of the newer people will reach out and they're just like, yo, like, we want to know how you got good at this. And I'm like, I got good at this because I learned the craft. And I also learned how to understand people as people, not just only as like a transaction. And that's how I got really good at it, and just educating them too. But Rosa, oh shit. Damn, yo, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yo, I'm grateful. I hope you like the stuff that I'm putting out. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I appreciate you for even paying attention to myself, because you could do anything else besides pay attention to myself, if anything. But yeah,
Well,
going back.
Rosa, if you're still on, what makes Nana specifically an inspiration for cosplay to you? I'd love to hear
Oh, shoot,
what
damn.
exactly is it that
It got to
makes
be the
you
bald head. It got to be the bald head.
content. Well, that's new, so that's not what it is.
Yo. Damn, babe said, nah, it's not the bald head. But like, I mean, and switching avenues, right? So even like when I shaved this off, babe, at work, it was just funny as heck, because like there was so many different viewpoints of people
I know,
looking at
too
like,
bad you couldn't have had like a GoPro camera walking
yo,
in, because that would have been hilarious.
nah, it was funny because like I think it's so interesting because a couple people reached out to me on Facebook and were like, yo, I see you shaved your head. Like, is everything okay? And I'm like, is everything okay? Why is this like the thing? Like, it's not like a bad thing. It's just I just wanted to just shave my head, right? But some people look at it as like, oh well, you're shaving, your facial hair is gone. So somebody thought I was like sick, and I was like, whoa, don't put that energy out there, because I'm perfectly fine. I'm grateful for it. But like, that shouldn't be the
Isn't it
narrative.
so funny, the stories people say?
Correct.
So I'm gonna put this up.
Yeah.
Rosa, I don't know where you're at, but I know that I call Nana the Pied Piper for a reason. So
What? Hold on. So you said it's not that. I've been so shy and I haven't met the right crowd. So, baby, you don't want me to explain this? Why you call me the Pod Piper?
yes,
Okay. So she calls me the Pod Piper because I am the type of person.
Pied Piper. Don't get it twisted for these Irish roots who gotta
What
represent
is it called? Pied Piper?
the Pied Piper.
Man, I'm about to pipe something. Hey, yo, but anyhow, that's
You ain't here, so you ain't piping nothing.
Mandingo plumbing activated. Not played. But no, the Pied Piper. Reason why Kerri says that is because I'm the type of person that I'll go to a con and I won't, like, I can go by myself and still be able to just galvanize, which terminology means shock people into just the ideology of just whatever it is. So like, I will go into a con and just shoot this and keep my energy going, put out good energy, and people just gravitate towards it. And if anybody's ever shy and they just need to just like swing by, you're always welcome to say hi. Like, I'm literally just like everybody else. I'm just trying to just enjoy the moment and put out good energy. So like, if you happen to meet me at a con, stop by and say hi, grab a picture. It's gonna last longer, and you have a memory then that you can always look back and be like, oh shoot, like that was the time when I ran into Anna. It happens all the time. I mean, Kerri's gotten to see it in person when we're in New York, and that was cool as heck. And I got to introduce her to some of my friends that like really cool. Like shout out to Tamba, shout out to Lorena, and then shout out to even like Nate for taking pictures, which he actually posted on his page, by the way. So you're on his page, babe. Just to let you know, Nate.
Oh,
Yes,
sweet.
yes, he posted a picture of you. It looks beautiful, by the way. So,
Oh, you're sweet.
no, you're good.
So,
You're good.
so I'll piggyback on that, Rosa. You know, it kind of goes to putting yourself out there a little bit. Like, so if Nana just invited you to come up and kick it with them at a con, do it if you're there, because you know, you never know if that's the one thing that will give you permission to step out of your comfort zone. You know, everybody has been, you know, in a cage to one degree or another in their mind about something, being shy, not speaking their truth. So I hope you do, you know.
I mean, speaking your truth wise, it's like, it's just, you have like, Babe can attest to it. Like she lives very authentic, right? So like, babe, can you define the word authenticity for the girl, please?
Authenticity is allowing the present moment to unfold without filter. And the reason I tell people that is we think that being authentic is being super fluffy or being outrageous, being like Nana
Okay.
and showing up with his cosplay characters. But authenticity could be me popping off on Nana because I'm feeling some type of way. And it's coming up,
Yo,
but
real
it's
shit.
true. Like I
Real
really
shit.
work to be a really, really, present,
Real shit.
thoughtful person, but I'm human. And so I really want people to understand our power lies in honoring our full human experience in the present moment. You'll never get your needs met if you don't honor the present experience. And so authenticity is just keeping it real for you all the time.
And I mean, isn't that also like the highest frequency of?
So
Of go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So we as humans are vibrations, we're energy, and the highest frequency they once thought was unconditional love, but what they realized was it had, yes, unconditional love is a pretty powerful frequency. However, authenticity is a much more powerful frequency because if you really think about it, if you're honoring yourself, even when you're messy and sloppy, that's unconditional love to the max. And so many people filter themselves or they, I can't even tell you how many relationships I've heard people say, well, I can't tell my boyfriend that. Well, why is he a boyfriend then? Because you should be able to tell your boyfriend everything from how you want him to eat you out to if you're hurt because he didn't show up on a date or something. Like that's real talk. That's
Real
healthy.
talk.
And so many people don't honor themselves. Miss Rosa said this year, yes,
Oh shit.
they would love to. So do it up.
Yo,
Nana's
Rosa,
down. Hit up Nana, DM them, and
message me and let me know which cons you're heading to, and then I will also let you know which ones I'm at. So then that way we can grab a photo or make a cool like little reel or whatever it is. Like I'm big about like just like putting people on, and Babe can attest to it. Like she knows that like I'm always like I just want to support my friends and people that I really enjoy. So I mean, let me know, please, please. I'd be honored in all honesty.
Sweet.
But
Let's see. Well, so speaking of the fact that you and I don't just wait till the holidays to bring people together because that's silly.
oh yes, is this what we're getting into?
I don't know. Are we?
I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this amazing girl
Yep.
clearly lacks pigmentation. Happily, because I can get tattoos that look colorful and bright.
Bruh.
But no.
Bruh.
So I am Irish, and Nana and I have decided that we're going to bring the Bright Side Chronicles to the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Worcester, Massachusetts, March 15th. 12 p.m. And we have a bunch of cosplayers and people who really have just tapped into their joy. My twin sister and some of her nurses are going to be joining us and
Oh shoot.
stuff. So ultimately, it really is to bring people together to encourage the people of Worcester, Massachusetts to be in joy. And Pika, I see you joined. If you want to join us for the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
You are absolutely welcome. Like, I know there's a couple of people that are already looking forward to it. I know Becky's looking forward to it. I know Connor's looking forward to it. Alex is going to be there too. Ash, like, it's going to be a vibe. And I have a couple of people that are really, I think that's going to be one of their highlights of the year, just because, like, it's just going to be a great moment. I remember last year, we went there and I was dressed up as Brawley from Dragon Ball Z.
It says Dale, March 15th. Put on your calendar.
Put on your calendar, please. We would love to have you there.
It starts at 12, but we'll have to get together earlier.
Yeah, probably earlier to set it up.
Yeah. We'll send out details. But no, seriously, what I love about this is it is bringing play, like the idea around play and caricature and doing what brings joy to people who wouldn't really know about it, because there'll be people at the parade that have never really heard about cosplay. There'll be
True.
people who,
True.
yo, Pika already requested it off from work.
Let's go. Yo, you are pulling up in the city. That's dope. I gotta make sure that's dope. I'm excited. But go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, but no, so like I'm excited because me working in mental health and addiction, I'm really, really, really big about not focusing on lack.
Yeah.
We keep thinking that we're going to heal people by focusing on what is wrong with them or what they no. If I can get you to shift your energy into joy, if I can get you to find something that immediately brings you to that space of warm fuzzy, well, then we can build on those habits. And so I want to give that to people at the St. Patrick's Day Parade, because we all know, there's a lot of people there throwing back some bears more often than not. I'm just saying.
I mean, I remember last year when we went to it and how
we ended up in the parade. That's how it got sparked.
Yeah, it was funny because like we were just walking where, what was it, Lex and Ollie and yourself, babe?
Yep.
And just I ran into a couple of friends that I know, and we got to a point where we didn't know we were supposed to leave, and we just got stuck in the parade.
No. So let's not get it twisted, people. Nana was dressed in cosplay at the parade. So the kids and the people on the sidelines just assumed that we were part of the parade because we were walking down the street.
And it was a blast. Like, you've seen like a couple of like people playing like marching band stuff, and the little I don't know, like it was like a high school or something like that. I was playing the marching band music, and I was dancing in the background because I like the music. But it was just a vibe. It was really like a cool vibe, and it was just people just enjoying the moment for what it is, and not being too like caught up in themselves and be like, "Oh, I'm too cool for this." You know what I mean?
Well, I think honestly that very ideology is what keeps people in suffering in the first place. We are not too cool for anything. You know what I mean? Like, and it's, I'm gonna bring it back. I was talking to Tam.
Oh shit! Shout out to Tam.
Tam Nails.
I see. Hey, yo.
Tam from L Nails in Putnam, Connecticut. People, she is amazing. And actually, I'm gonna just shamelessly plug them. Best salon I've ever been to. Everybody from the manager to the front desk guy to all the people always are super kind. Like, I totally vibe with them. But anyway, Tam and I were talking, and I was telling her, because we were talking about work ethic and stuff, and I'm like, I was never above cleaning a toilet, even as the general manager, as the operations. Like, I wasn't going to say you need to do this, but I'm not going to do that. And I think that should be applicable in everything, including play. Like, I'm not above dressing up as a cosplay character once in a while. Is it? Do I get the thrill that you do in doing it? No, but I'm not going to say no, because you never know. And then who knows, like, what opportunities will open up from that experience.
And I mean, truthfully, you won the Chun-Li for my birthday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I wore Chun-Li and I wore Goku.
Yeah, and the Chun-Li one was cool as heck, because that was for the birthday and nobody was expecting that one.
Nope.
And then the Goku one was like random. I wasn't expecting it. You're like, well, if you're dressing up, I'm gonna dress up. And I'm like, okay. And you actually look better in the Goku outfit than I did.
I killed that bit. I was like,
because you had the hair to the
tattoos. It's my tattoos with my muscles against.
But the shoes that you wore went well with the pants too, because the way the shoes were designed, it looked like it was part of the fit. So I was like, oh shit, she's onto something, bro. And I'm over here just like in the Chun-Li outfit or whatever it is. So like that was freaking like amazing. But I know that you said one of your dream cosplays. Which one is it? Is it the little
Rainbow Bright, baby?
Bright. That's
Come on, y'all. Rainbow Bright. And listen, no BS. I've been looking up She-Ra costumes, because She-Ra, I'm not talking about the janky She-Ra that they now have remade, because sorry, people, like, there are some things you need to not remake, but the old school, but those costumes are terrible. So when I'm a multimillionaire, I will have it custom 3D fitted, and I'll pull up as She-Ra.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what you're doing out here?
Yep.
That's really what you're doing out here.
Masters of the universe. We are Grayskull.
Oh, you're mad funny, bro. You're mad funny.
I don't even remember like the real words of that, but it's something like that.
It sounds about right. That's the one that has the guy with the Skeletor.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Until we meet again," and he just like runs away and shit like that.
Yep.
Yo, see, y'all are hip. Y'all are hip, bro.
Yep, that's Ellen in the background. See,
Nah.
she even joins the conversation, having just got back from the gym. That's what I'm talking about. Opportunity.
Shout out to L, but like, so the funny thing is, I saw a Skeletor cosplay at this is PAX East, and I was so excited because I remember watching the show vaguely.
Oh, it's I Have the Power. Shout out to Pikachu. That's right. I
have the power. I have the power. But you see, this is the cool thing is like you just never know who knows what, and like that's the thing is I love about it is you have these moments where if you don't know something, somebody else gotta know it. That's the other part too.
You know what I love that you bring that up because part of joy is being able to ask for help. And it's so interesting because today I was on my walk, and when I go on my walks, I listen to all these stories. So Apple has these stories, and they're all different people, creative people, whatever. And this guy, like, he reinforced it, but it's so true. It's what I've experienced is part of joy is I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. There are certain things I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole to try to understand. I don't care that much. So like shout out to Yanko because me and Nana would not be on episode 37 of a Bright Side Chronicles if I didn't have a friendship in Yanko, because Yanko helps me with the tech stuff. Because otherwise, we would still be trying to figure out how to log on.
Well, I mean, also perfect example too is like even going back to my cosplay stuff, right? I wouldn't have met the friends like Pika or Ash or Becky or Alex, like all these people that like I'm very close to because like we just know each other. Even like Kaysen too, like inviting us to freaking the movie theaters to be a part of the Sonic like get together, or you know, just seeing what they do inspired me to want to just keep building these connections with people. And it's genuine bonds. It's not like, oh, I just use you for this and then that's it. Like, you know, you just become like, no, it's like literally you're part of me. So like if you need anything from my end, how I can be of service, let me know, or vice versa. And it's you scratch my back, I scratch your back, and we both get to wherever we need to get to and get the same itch out of this at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that I've realized with having a community, whether it's work, family, cosplay, mental health space, that all goes a long while, and it goes a long way as well too. So absolutely true.
Yep. But yeah, asking for help and being vulnerable are like, so I believe instrumental components to living a joy-filled life, because you know, we as people, we need connection, and so being able to be honest about our needs and you know, putting it out there is really important.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Liz from Anime Art, Anime Inc. Arts. Really, really good peoples. We met in New Jersey, and
Anime
then she put me
Inc.
on
Part 1 is that Anime Inc. Part 1.
Like she was awesome. Like I can't. You got to be on a show. I don't know if I sent you the link, babe. I might have sent it on Instagram or something like that.
Is it
she's also really
the Liz?
And New Jersey,
Liz,
remember?
Right?
Yeah, Liz. Yep. Yeah, like really, like
I remember her. She has a beautiful disposition, very calm, peaceful energy.
You got to be on his show because, like, I think it would be amazing on there, and she's really like, she knows her shit. Like when I did the interview with her, I was like, oh, you know more about me than I do about myself. What the fuck? Like, and the reason I bring that up is because like there's people that pay attention to the stuff that we do in person online in a great way, because it just shows that we're not only just like a entity in that moment. From she met us at met me at what it was like Anime NYC, and then you met her at Anime New Jersey. So like it just shows that communication even after a while it still fosters. It's not just like, oh, I met you here and then we just forget each other and then it just like ends there. You know what I mean?
Well, I also, When I talk about jubilation and like letting go of my website and letting go of my CRM and stuff, what I realized is I never really had to worry about getting clients because word of mouth is really powerful.
Mhm.
And I do, like you, I foster relationships with clients even if I don't work with them anymore. It's not just
Yep.
about serving them for a specific time and then seeing them on their way. I truly want to see people thrive. I want to see the
Yes.
expansion and the growth and be able to celebrate the fact that they are continuing to choose themselves, because ultimately what I encourage people to do is choose you. When you choose you're pouring from a full cup. When
Mm.
you're constantly a slave to like societal narratives and expectations, you most likely are pouring from an empty cup. And then it's not that you don't give of yourself, but it creates an energy within you that isn't as vibrant. And so
Ah.
I love seeing people, and that has helped me grow my business despite getting rid of my website, despite getting rid of my CRM.
Well, I mean, going back to your point too, is word of mouth is a huge thing, right? Because that's like it's probably the most blunt way of just telling things instead of like somebody putting something on like Google review. Because I mean, when you put on Google review, you can put whatever you want, truthfully, right? But when somebody's telling you in person, you get the facial recognition, the voice, the tone of the person. Like, oh man, I worked with Kerri and she was like the best person to work with because she knew that she wasn't gonna bullshit me and like try to sell me a false narrative. She held me accountable. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Even with my job is the same thing. Is like I would like to think the words that describe me when it comes to my job is like driven, positive, and always in a need to help others, regardless of whatever it is. I think those are the words that would come to mind because at the end of the day, those are the words that help me to kind of gain that group of people that reach out. And whether it's a random person that just saw me online or whatever it is, like perfect example, I had Sabrina, one of my coworkers, was selling a car to a woman, and the lady came up to me and was like so excited. She's like, "Yo, you're Nana, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You're on this, I think it was like Watch You Set page or whatever of like, people that talk about cars and stuff." And I just happened to be there. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's like me and the celebrity." I'm like, "Hey, yo, relax. I just work at the dealership, bro. Relax. I'm just grateful to be here." But like, it was awesome because she was so excited, and you could tell the joy that she was just meeting a person that has like a good reputation online. And I was like, I appreciate it. I don't put anything reckless unless if it's really like funny ass
I
jokes.
put reckless things
But,
online
but you know what I
all
mean? You know,
the
like, I'm
time.
not putting anything negative like that. I'm putting more just like honest, like blunt, funny shit to me. So like it just showed like there was a sense of person instead of just like a person behind the scene, and she got to meet me in person, like helping a customer next to her and seeing how I go about my stuff. But yeah,
I love it.
I appreciate it.
Oh, we got 4 minutes. Is there any like wild words of wisdom that are permeating that you want to express from that clear bald head of yours?
Hey, yo, why am I getting? Damn. All right. What I was
I'm
gonna say
just
is
speaking facts.
no,
You got
no,
a
no.
little shine going on right now. Yeah, I mean, I could
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a
So,
waxing
you
rag
can
and
see
put
yourself. You can see
the head
yourself in
and
this.
stuff.
You can see yourself in this right now. All right.
I
Well,
could see what I'm
yo,
saying.
no. What I was gonna say is sometimes, despite all the colors that you go through in life and your hair, it's okay to have a reset. So you can really shave everything off and start anew and better from that. So that is my interpretation with my hair and life. So there you go.
I love it.
What
Let's
words
see
of wisdom you got?
what's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind to yourself.
Mm.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, the only person you really do have to face is yourself. And
Mm.
we, for too long, have been conditioned to believe that we're going to get ahead by tearing ourselves down or judging
Mm.
ourselves. And quite frankly, I've worked with thousands of people at this point, both in as a leader in corporate America and in my personal business. And I will tell you, never have I seen success be sustainable
Yeah.
until people come from a place of kindness and self-compassion.
Yeah.
You're never going to move forward through judgment. Maybe you will, but it will feel a lot harder. And I can tell you that you're
Ooh.
worthy of being kind to yourself. And when you're kind to yourself, guess what? You attract people who are kind to you because
Yep.
we're magnets.
Yep. And it just
Tear yourself down, you're going to attract people who tear you down. And if you're kind to yourself, you're going to attract people who are kind to you.
Ooh.
So
what a closing statement. What a closing statement. To the T, too.
I know it's a money shot. What can I say? So next week, I believe we have Chris and
I
her
forget.
partner.
Hold on. Who do we have? No, hold on.
Chris, you were on her. I met
Yes,
her.
Chris and Dom.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. This is gonna be a vibe.
So tap them on the shoulder, and then
I will.
Liz, if you're still on, you're certainly welcome to join the Bright Side Chronicles. Nana and I would love to have you.
Yes.
And we will catch you guys next week for episode 38 of the Bright Side Chronicles.
Let's go. Thank you guys.